Hey everyone, and welcome. So today we're diving into something that could be a real game changer for students all across India. It's called NCERT GPT, and it's basically an AI designed to be your own personal tutor, helping you nail the national curriculum and, hopefully crush your exams. Let's see how this thing actually works.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Imagine you're a Class 12 student. Your final exams are just breathing down your neck, and you're looking at this absolute mountain of textbooks. The pressure is insane, the syllabus feels like it goes on forever, and you have no idea where to even start. You know that feeling, right? That mix of panic and just needing someone to show you the way?
And that's exactly where this tool steps in. Now, don't get bogged down by the techie stuff. Just think of NCERT GPT as your own personal AI tutor. It's on call 24/7, and its one and only job is to make your learning journey quick, super clear, and way more effective than you'd expect.
So, our student is facing this mountain of work. How do they even begin to climb it? Well, the very first step is to bring some order to the chaos. Instead of stressing about the whole syllabus at once, you got to get organized with a clear, structured plan. And it all starts with a command this simple. Seriously, no complicated forms or anything. The student just tells the AI their grade, the subject, how much time they can spare each day, and when the big exams are. It's just like having a direct conversation.
And boom, just like that, the AI comes back with a plan. And we're not talking about some generic schedule here. This is a full-blown strategy. It smartly splits the 2 months into one for learning new stuff and one for revision. It breaks down the daily 2 hours into focused learning and practice. It even gives you a template for every single session. Suddenly, that scary mountain of books looks more like a manageable hiking trail. All right, with a solid plan in hand, our student can now dive into the actual content with confidence. Let's say they decide to start with a subject that can be pretty tough for a lot of people: economics. Now, to really get a handle on the subject, they know they need to do more than just memorize definitions. So they ask for 100 critical thinking questions, or CTQs. See, this is all about building a deep, real understanding of the concepts, not just cramming facts for a test.
And just look at the sheer volume of this response. We're not talking about a handful of practice questions here. The AI generates 100 different questions, all designed to make you think hard about everything from the very basics to complex market ideas. I mean, what a comprehensive way to get into the material.
But here's the really clever bit. The AI doesn't just throw 100 questions at you and walk away. It organizes them into these logical, themed groups, just like you see here. And that structure is just brilliant because it helps you see how all the different ideas connect, building this complete mental map of the subject. But what good are a bunch of tough questions if you don't get the answers? So the student gives another simple command, asking the AI to change its tone and explain the ideas like it's talking to a 15-year-old. And this right here, this is where the magic of personalization really shines. And check out the result. The AI completely drops the academic jargon and uses this super simple, relatable story to explain a fundamental economic idea. It takes a dry, textbook definition and turns it into something that just clicks. It just makes sense. And get this, the learning doesn't have to be glued to your screen. The app also has a hands-free voice mode. So imagine you're flipping through your textbook, and instead of typing out a question, you just ask it out loud. The AI listens, and then it talks back to you, creating this really natural conversation. It's perfect for when you're multitasking or, frankly, just tired of typing. Okay, let's look at another feature. And this one is designed for that deep, focused revision time. This is where the AI goes from being a Q&A tool to a real, dedicated study partner.
It's called study mode, and the source material actually calls it a very important feature. And for good reason. It's designed to walk you through topics one by one, making sure you actually get it before you move on, all in a totally distraction-free zone. So, study mode uses this really powerful 5-step process for every single topic you cover. First, it gives you a simple explanation. Then, it gives you a practical example to make it real. After that, you get a quick recap of the main takeaways, followed by a little mini-quiz to check if you're following along. But here's the absolute best part. The AI only moves to the next topic when you tell it to. It works completely at your pace.
Now, a tool like this is awesome for one student trying to prep for exams, right? But the potential impact here goes so much further. It could actually support the entire education system.
For students, it's like having a tutor on demand, ready to solve doubts and build study plans. But then, think about the teachers. For them, it's like having a powerful assistant that can help plan lessons, create worksheets, and even generate sample answers. That frees them up to spend more time actually teaching.
And this might just be one of its most powerful features: accessibility. For so many students, language can be a huge barrier to learning. Well, this tool just shatters that barrier. It's not just in English, it supports all major Indian languages. It lets students learn and ask questions in the language they're most comfortable with.
And what's really cool is that the voice mode is so smart, it automatically figures out what language you're speaking. So you can say something like, "Agla sawal samjhaiye," which means explain the next question, and it just gets it and responds in Hindi. You can switch back and forth between languages, and the conversation just flows. It's amazing.
So if we boil it all down, here's the big takeaway. Technology like NCERT GPT is making a one-on-one personalized learning experience, something that used to be a luxury for a select few, available to literally everyone, anywhere, in any language.
So you see, this isn't just about passing tests anymore. It's about fundamentally reshaping what education can be. And it leaves us with a really fascinating question to chew on. What does learning actually look like when every single student has access to their own personal expert tutor who has infinite patience? The possibilities are pretty incredible to think about.